Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then thank you for tuning in. Today's video is different than my regular videos. It is not my regular hair video. I'm doing something a little different. I've decided to go raw vegan. Well, no, actually, what I've decided to do is a complete reset. So I'm going to be trying out a raw vegan diet for a week, and at the end of the week I'll be back to let you know how I feel, if I feel any different, has it done anything different for me, yeah, all of that shebang. So yeah, stay tuned till the end. Now, before I eat anything for the day, I always like to start off my day by drinking a full glass of water. Now, today is Saturday and it is day one of my raw vegan reset. So, for breakfast, I decided to go with a smoothie, a raw vegan smoothie. So I am mixing right here my greens, which is a mixture of spinach, kale, and chard. And to that, I added some coconut water, some fresh coconut water, and mixing it. My blender is not the best, but it gets the job done. Next, I added my fruits, which were two bananas. Then I added a mix of frozen fruits, which were strawberries, peaches, pineapples, and mangoes. So those were the fruits that I added to my smoothie. And then in addition to that, I decided to add a small spoon of flax seeds, and I just mixed it all together, and voila. This smoothie tasted the bomb. Oh, I forgot to add that I also mixed it all with some coconut milk. So that was my milk of choice. I just love the flavor that the coconut milk brings to it. It was just simply delicious. For my mid-morning snack, I went with some mixed nuts. And there's some raisins up in there also. Now, lunch was the part that I was the most worried about because yeah, I drank smoothie already in the past, but this whole raw vegan lunch, I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But this is what I decided to go for lunch. I did a marinara sauce, so I mixed some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes, some sun-dried tomatoes. I also added some celery in there, some green onions. I added some garlic and some spices, and I just mixed it all up. And that was my tomato sauce. Here's my lunch. So I went with pasta with marinara sauce. So this is my Zoodles zucchini noodles with some corn, because I just love corn. On top of that, my freshly made tomato sauce. And of course, I am a cheese lover, so I just had to add nutritional yeast to this. So I tasted this. I love this. I absolutely love this. When I was done with it, I thought that, this is enough to hold me. I will be able to get through the day. This is not as difficult as I thought. Yeah. Boy, was I wrong. I went out later that afternoon and I forgot to grab a snack with me. And I got extremely hungry. And being on a raw vegan diet, I did not know what to get on the road. So I ended up with a headache that day, that afternoon. I did do some research eventually and found that someone said that one of the biggest mistakes that raw vegans make is that we don't eat enough food to hold us throughout the day. So I changed it up for the next day, and you'll see what I ate the next days. But when I got back home, it was about 6 p.m. So I just ate the rest of my zoodles for the night. So that was my dinner also. Now, after day one, I was just about ready to give up, but no, I set a goal and I am going to push and accomplish this goal, okay? So for breakfast, I decided to do go with a smoothie like I did the previous day because the smoothie was quite filling and I held up quite well with it. So this smoothie, for my greens, I had my mix of spinach, kale, and chard. In addition, I added some celery. I also added some dates for some sweetness. Mixed that up with coconut water. Then I added my fruits, bananas, and my fruit mix, and then I blend that all up with some coconut milk, and delicious. Simply delicious. This was my mid-morning snack, so I had some grapes, some raspberries, and also some apples. Now I'm preparing lunch. So for lunch, I decided to have a salad with some delicious fruit. A mango dressing. So in this dressing, I added some local fresh mango. I also added some freshly squeezed passion fruit juice. Also going to add my mix of spices, which contains some garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, some basil, some rosemary, and a little bit of ginger. I also added one fresh garlic clove to this. And to make it a little more liquid, I added some lemon juice and a tiny bit of coconut oil. And that was the content of my mango passion fruit salad dressing. And this is the consistency. This just lit up my salad. I loved this dressing. So I poured this all over my salad mix. I mixed some romaine lettuce with some tomatoes and some cherry tomatoes. I also added some corn in there, some spinach, and of course, I just had to add some avocados. Now, this was so delicious and so filling. I ate the same thing at night, and no need for a snack in between because it held me up just fine. Now, this is day 3. This is Monday, and right here was my absolutely favorite breakfast of the whole week. Now, this is my raw vegan cereal mix. So, in here, I've added some walnuts. I've also added some cashews. I've added some peanuts. I've added some dates, some flax seeds, but also some coconut flakes. Now, the dates and the coconut flakes help to add sweetness to this cereal mix. And boy, did I tell you, this tasted just like cereal that I eat in the morning. It did not taste like nuts, just nuts put together, grinded together. No, this tasted like cereal. And to that, I decided to add some extra fruits and nuts. I added some cut apples. I also added some raspberries. I added some almond flakes, and finally, you'll see at the end, I also decided to add some blueberries. And the mixture of the fruits with the cereal nuts, just everything came together so nicely. Everything was balanced and it tasted wonderfully. Now, usually I have almond milk with my cereal, but I just decided to, try it out with some coconut milk, and I loved it. Simply delicious. This is something I would definitely recommend that you try. Of everything that I prepared this week, I think that was my favorite. That was definitely my favorite. Next up was lunch. And for lunch, I had another salad, but this time with an avocado dressing. So here I'm mixing up the dressing. I added some avocado, green onion, some lemon juice, and I also added some spices along with fresh garlic clove and some water, and I mixed that all up. Absolutely no oil was added to this dressing, and this dressing was definitely another hit. I pour this over my salad. So this is my mixed salad. I had two different types of lettuces. I had a little bit more avocado, not too much because there was a ready avocado and the dressing. I added some apples along with some carrots, and I just added the different greens that I had in my fridge, and just I just made it a wonderful light lunch. Now, this is the day four. Today's Tuesday, and today's a bit simple. I started off with my usual smoothie, mixing my greens with some coconut water, and then this time I added some almonds, and then I added my frozen fruit and mixed it all with coconut milk. Coconut milk, because I find that it helps my smoothie to be a bit more thicker than if I used almond milk. For lunch, I had the same as yesterday, and I also had the same for dinner. So nothing really new that day. Now, this is day number 5. We're getting near the end, and I'm just doing my regular. I did my regular smoothie on that day, with the addition of, well, you'll see in just a moment, I added some passion fruit because, come on, everything tastes better with passion fruit. And for lunch, I just had a salad and added some fruit to that. And as my snack later on, I just had a bowl of fruit. But basically, my routine stayed the same. I switched up breakfast between a smoothie and my homemade cereal, adding different fruits and items to just change up the cereal a little bit, change up the smoothie a little bit. But I just want to come here and give you my thoughts on my review on how this whole week went. Okay, so let's start first with the cons. So I've noted a few cons about this diet. And the first con that I noted was research. And the reason I'm saying research is that you go in a supermarket and you see things that you like, that you would like to eat. You think that they are raw vegan, but they are not really raw vegan. Like I saw some people use maple syrup, but Google says that maple syrup is not raw. So definitely research. Walking through the aisles in the grocery store with your phone can get a little tiresome. Another con that I noticed was the limited that the food choices were limited. Another con that I noticed was if you're like me and you have a family, kids, and a husband, you'll find yourself preparing different meals because everybody is not on the same diet as you. So another con is that it can tend to be a little expensive in the beginning if you want to maintain this diet. But as you move along, you get the essentials, it should get a little less expensive. All right, now let's move on to the pros. One of the main pros that I noticed was that overall, I just felt better. I'm not sure how to explain it, but mentally, I was at peace. I just felt better overall. And my body also felt very light. I felt lighter as opposed to bloated as I always felt when I ate meat and bread. I felt lighter. Another pro is that I had a lot more energy. I was able to play with my son, run with my son, and be able to keep up with him, which was something that I really was looking forward, something that I missed, that I was lacking, not being able to keep up with my son the way that I would like to. So to be able to play with him, kick ball, and that was definitely worth it to me. Another thing that I noticed is that I can finally eat at night. You know, when I wasn't on this diet, I never ate at night because I went to bed always bloated. Regardless if I ate at 6, which was early evening, or 5, everything would just stay on my stomach and I would have difficulty sleeping and wake up in the morning still feeling bloated. So I can now eat at night. So that's definitely a pro for me. Another pro that I noticed, I wrote this down in pro, is that I did notice less bowel movement on a diet. However, it was much easier to go to the restroom. So, do I recommend a raw vegan diet? Absolutely, yes.